Bernardo Silva is a better footballer than Saka. Of course he is.
Well,
he links up play better, he scores bigger goals, he works harder for the team.
Scores bigger goals?
Yeah, goals against Real Madrid, Bayern Munich in the Champions League.
No, but he hasn't...
Who else scored in that game? In that 4-0?
Loads of players.
Don't put him on the spot, Hello and welcome to the 11 with SPORTbible. Today I'm joined with Jacob, Buvey, who are representing Manchester City and Arsenal. We're doing a combined 11 in the Premier League era. It's a 4-3-3. The rest is up to you two. If you can't decide, I'm going to decide.
Okay.
Let's get into it. We're starting with the midfield three. I think this is the juiciest one. I'm just going to let you run, Buvey.
The base of midfield has to be Rodri for me. If you win a treble, if you can control a game like Rodri can, in a 4-3-3, I think there's an argument you wouldn't get into a 4-4-2 if we were doing 4-4-2. I think that's fair to say, because I think someone like Vieira would get in there ahead of him. But at the base of a three, Rodri's level, we've never seen anything like it in the Premier League, in my opinion, in a 4-3-3.
Did he win a Ballon d'Or as well, I think, didn't he?
He won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, that's not a bad argument, is it, Jacob?
That's kind of checkmate, to be fair. I think what you have to consider is what you're going to have in front of that. If you're going to have two attacking eights in front of that, I still think Patrick Vieira might get in there.
Yeah,
like, captain material,
yeah.
Captain to an invincible season, the one thing that Rodri's never been able to do with Manchester City. Maybe did it for slightly longer, did it at an international level as well, won the World Cup with France.
Yeah. Rodri won the Euros, of course.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Euros, World Cup, he got the World Cup.
He's still playing as well, so he could win the World Cup in the future.
Yeah, he could do. He could leave for Real Madrid. But the point is, I still think if you're going to have two attacking midfielders in front of that, and I'm sure we've both got a lot of options we'd like to include in that.
Yeah.
Patrick Vieira's the perfect person.
I don't want to be boring for the video, but I have to put Patrick Vieira in there. I do. I'm just putting my name as the City player forward would be Rodri at the base of midfield. But I have to be honest, as a kid growing up with Patrick Vieira, he could play in a three to that level. He would adapt to the modern Premier League. He'd be the best midfielder in the Premier League right now by a country mile.
Yeah, it's up to you two.
Mate, I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
I've got to be honest.
Okay. Very manful of you, mate. Very nice.
Only one so far.
There you go.
Lovely stuff. So this comes out, Patrick Vieira at the base of midfield.
Wow. Are we going to go on to the next two then?
Well, these are two Man City players now, and that's the deal that we've signed. So I've been nice to you about Vieira. Now you have to let two City lads in.
Okay, which ones though? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I've got one Manchester City player that I'm up for having in one of these positions.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the one you're going to expect. Who's the two that you would put there?
I'll go. My first pick is the less obvious one, and for me it's Yaya Toure.
I agree,
because he has the big moments. He single-handedly has given City the platform that I think we're currently experiencing, winning 4 titles in a row, the treble. I think he started all of that. I think he's more important with big game moments than someone like David Silva or Ilkay Gundogan. I really do, and I think he can be that physical presence in midfield as well.
I'm signing it off. This has been a very courteous start, but no, Yaya Toure for me, I genuinely rate him. He gets in my Premier League 11. I think people have the debate about Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard, and obviously it's because they're English midfielders. I think Yaya's clear of all of them.
If you're agreeing on Yaya, then
I think so. Like the goals that he scored.
Who would be your argument against him?
My argument against it, so I've got one where this has been polite so far. We're going to go to war when we get to here. But
we can discuss both.
But there. It would be Cesc Fabregas for me. That'd be completely different style of player. Honestly, Fabregas at Arsenal, if he wasn't captain Fabregas, and we had some good players around that time, I think Nasri, Rosicky, Van Persie, I think we were in relegation battles without Fabregas. I'd say that honestly. I think we were in relegation battles.
Quality players.
We had some quality players that played 13 games a season and scored 3 goals. Fabregas carried the club on his shoulders.
But we're talking about the elite. I mean, we're talking about players that, like Rodri, for example, winning trebles. Fabregas did more at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? It's not a Chelsea City 11.
Are we going to put Scott Carson in goal because he won a treble? There's a lot of players in that squad who won a treble. I know he did.
He's got a little trophy on his books.
He's my rogue pick. I think Fabregas was an amazing player. Did he hit the heights of Yaya Toure? No. He's another one who peaked early as well. He was managing in Lake Como when he's my age. He chose a nice life for himself.
He broke through at 16, didn't he?
He broke through at 16, and I think he was maybe overplayed a little bit. I'll give you Yaya Toure purely because he's genuinely one of my favourite players of the Premier League era, so I'm happy for that to be Yaya Toure.
Go and put him in, Booth.
Beautiful.
Right, you said let's go to war.
You want De Bruyne, I assume?
Yeah, have to be.
It's Dennis Bergkamp.
In a midfield three.
I think if you think about what that Arsenal team
That's why
was,
I'm going to let you battle it out. I'm just the presenter. I'm not
Dennis Bergkamp in a three, but please.
That's where he played.
He was a striker.
He was a second striker who
second striker, of course. Yeah, but he's still more of a striker. He wasn't a midfielder.
Fabregas is the debate there, surely, not Bergkamp. Bergkamp played in a 2 up front.
He dropped off in a 2 up front.
No,
I've watched De Bruyne play in a 2 up front.
Kane dropped deep.
You beat us.
Don't bring De Bruyne
last
into this.
season with De Bruyne.
No. Let's talk about your boy. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Talk about my boy. My boy got nearly 100 goals in the Premier League.
As a striker, yeah.
Okay, he got nearly the same number of assists.
You know this, midfield's hard. You can't just... It's like when Trent was playing in midfield for him. You can't just say, he'd be good in midfield.
De Bruyne is a good example. He often played... I say played in the past tense.
We're talking about this one.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Because I remember a lot of stuff
David Silva here,
I remember a lot of stuff
and De Bruyne here.
Let's be honest, you play positional football. Under Pep, you play positional football.
But honestly, I'm not trying to
Bernardo Silva's a left back. If you want to have that debate,
here. De Bruyne's and Bergkamp is here.
Are you conceding or are you firm on Bergkamp?
Can I at least say why he's conceding to De Bruyne?
Yeah, go on.
6 Premier League titles. The technical brilliance I don't think anyone's ever seen in the history of the Premier League from midfield. In my honest opinion, I know Scholes could control a game, Gerrard could dominate things with scoring goals. De Bruyne does all of that for a side that got 100 points, then 98 points the following season. Now, if you prefer Roy Keane, I fair play, or Vieira, whoever. But De Bruyne's level
we're bringing Roy Keane
right up there. No, I'm saying,
we're bringing Roy Keane. Hang on,
I'm saying all-time Premier League.
You're saying we can compare Roy Keane with De Bruyne and not Bergkamp?
Who's
more similar?
No, you compare Bergkamp to other strikers like the Agueros of the world.
No, you don't. You don't compare Bergkamp to Aguero, do you?
I think you do.
That's mad.
In more debate.
That's mad.
But he's not a midfielder.
But you can't compare Bergkamp to Aguero. Like
positionally, I'm saying positionally speaking.
Looking at this, when have you ever seen Bergkamp there?
True, but when have you seen him there?
There's 2 of them there, isn't it?
Like in game, all the time. That's literally where he stood.
Bergkamp was a 10, wasn't he? Really, but he played in a 2, yeah. But he was a 10.
De Bruyne is a 10.
No,
De Bruyne is a 10.
He drops a lot
box
deeper.
to box.
He drops a lot deeper. So does Erdegaard.
I've never heard an Arsenal fan ever called Bergkamp a midfielder.
But look, you've never had an Arsenal fan walk into a content studio and be given a 4-3-3 when he was expecting a 4-2-3-1. The point is...
I know what you're saying.
Can I just say one thing about De Bruyne? And I was actually surprised you went De Bruyne. I expected you to say David Silva.
Yeah.
Just because for me, in terms of consistency, and I feel like a bit of a cuck here, bigging up your place, but
Arsenal fans have a habit of that as well. Oh, City is so great. Oh my God.
For the sake of debate, I'm going to go with De Bruyne. I think the framework of the team is what puts it there. I think if we're being honest with ourselves, De Bruyne and Bergkamp, like if you were to just move these around, it becomes a 4-2-3-1, which it very easily could be that, right? Let's be honest. If we're going to have Yaya and Vieira,
David Silva's over Bergkamp.
I'd still have De Bruyne there.
Yeah.
What, over Bergkamp?
Yeah.
Spot on. I think Kevin De Bruyne is arguably the best midfielder we've ever seen in the Prem. I don't think this is that hard.
Fine. I'm gonna concede to De Bruyne.
So we've got Vieira there, Buvey.
Trying to change the whole formation now. We're going to do Arteta 5 in the back.
5 in the back.
Right, this will get tasty. We're going to move to the forwards. Firstly, where is Thierry Henry going?
Yeah, he's going here.
Bang it.
I think it's so disrespectful when we do things like this, on podcasts like combined 11s or whatever. Henry on the left just because he played there for Monaco or whatever. I mean, it's embarrassing. he's the greatest of all time in the Premier League. He's my favourite player in the history of the Premier League that isn't a Man City player by far. He has to be down the middle.
This is nice. I didn't think this is.
Are you not going to argue for old Kun Aguero?
I'm not going to put Aguero left wing just to fit him in. I'm not.
And he's not the same way. You're not going to put Henry left to fit Aguero in yet.
So I think Aguero is number 2 behind Henry. I could debate that all day long.
Honestly, I'm enjoying this.
No problem.
It's a shame we never did the kick-off
let's
together.
Get it. Jacob, put Henry in down the middle, and then we can get a bit tasty. Right, that was the easy bit. Now, do you want to start on the right or left?
I'm going to start on the left.
The left. Are you going to go for old Bobby?
I'm not.
Oh, Alexis
Sanchez. Player of the season.
I want to ask you,
20
who
goals.
would you say for Man City then, as a left winger? As a neutral, you look at Man City, because I could have put Phil Foden, Sterling, Sane, but there's not one that stands out on the left wing. Do you know what I mean?
I do think with City, we've on about this. We spoke about this before. Like, you don't have standout wingers, like in terms of they've all been brilliant and contributed, but like
Grealish.
Mate.
No, I'm saying, but positionally speaking, he played left wing in the treble-winning season.
I think I know who you're going to go on the right, so I think for you it's got to be Sterling. That season he had was like unbelievable. Some of the goals and
It's weird that we don't say Foden, by the way.
That's my pick.
When last year when last year he player of the season.
Yeah.
That's my pick, yeah. But the issue with Phil Foden
Is that you're going with Foden?
Yeah, it would have to be because he did play enough there, particularly in the Champions League winning season and just after that as well. But when he won PFA Player of the Year, he was there.
Yeah.
And he was drifting and stuff like that, so it's not really fair. Maybe Sterling, as an out-and-out winger, is the best winger in the history of Manchester City. Like
Are we happy to say Alexis for this one, by the way? Like,
well,
he was player of the season in the Premier League, which he's another one of those where he was a Premier League player of the season in a really Arsenal team.
Yeah.
He nearly dragged us to a title in the Leicester season. People forget we were second that year, and if it wasn't Leicester, it actually would have been us.
Yeah.
But the rest of that team, we had Francis Coquelin in midfield.
Yeah.
Most of Saka.
Yeah, we had clowns.
He
For
was
3
amazing.
seasons, he was amazing.
He was better than Prime Hazard for me. Prime Sanchez is better than Prime Hazard.
What the hell is it? How has this become that blasphemy?
But I'm just, same period of time. I think he was his prime for Arsenal was better than Hazard, in my honest opinion.
Oh my God!
Honestly,
I don't think we've got enough time to go over that.
Seriously.
But if you're,
but that's how good I think he was.
you're happy with Alexis? Don't you dare disrespect Eden Hazard like that. There you go, Jake. Right.
Thank you very much.
So that was easy. I'm interested to see who you're going to go with on the right.
I think it's Bukayo Saka.
I
think
I'd
for
agree.
us, it's Bukayo Saka. And
One FA Cup under his belt.
We're bringing team awards in. Sanchez won.
Sanchez won multiple FA Cups. And but he did.
Two FA Cups.
2 FA Cups. Come on.
Saka won a COVID Cup. There wasn't anyone in the team.
Do you know what else Saka did, by the way? Do you know what else I think Saka's done, which is fucking remarkable when you think about the generation of England talent we have at the moment? He's been England's player of the season 4 times in a row.
And nailed down that spot ahead of Foden, Palmer, even Grealish, I was thought. So there's been a lot of players who they've tried to take over that right wing spot, and he's just kept it.
I think he's as close as anyone is to Mo Salah. And I think it's one of the tragedies of this season because obviously Salah's doing a Ballon d'Or season, but Saka weren't far away. Like numbers-wise, he was doing stupid stuff. The assists.
He's too early for this kind of video. He's way too early for this. He might win a Premier League at a different club. He might not win anything at Arsenal, like a major trophy.
I think I know who you're going to say. I assume Riyad Mahrez.
It's not.
Really?
No,
it's not.
I thought you'd go Mahrez.
Because I have to look at the treble-winning season. We don't talk about it enough, and we talk about the Invincibles, talk about great seasons.
You do.
I'm thinking, hang on, Bernardo Silva scoring goals against Real Madrid. And I think it was the highest level performance of an English side in knockout European football history. 4-0 win against Real Madrid. And Bernardo Silva was unplayable. Until Saka has achieved those levels, with all due respect, he hasn't. Like, he hasn't scored goals in the Champions League in the same way as Bernardo Silva. If you ask Guardiola, best manager in the world right now, he'd take Bernardo Silva's Saka in a heartbeat.
In that right wing position?
Yeah, 100%. And Riyad Mahrez, I love Riyad Mahrez, but prime Bernardo Silva is better than Riyad Mahrez. Bernardo Silva is a better footballer than Saka. Of course he is.
Well,
he links up play better, he scores bigger goals, he works harder for the team.
Scores bigger goals?
Yeah, goals against Real Madrid, Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Way bigger goals.
Saka scored some big goals for England.
Saka scored against Bayern Munich in the Champions League.
Yeah, but for a side that actually go on to win the Champions League.
You can't keep changing the goalposts.
Right.
These are big goals, man. These are historic goals.
Yeah, but so Saka has done
what, the same way? Against Real Madrid 4-0.
No, but he hasn't.
Who else scored in that game? In that 4-0?
Loads of players.
But my point is, like, I just think the idea that we're going to pick 11 footballers to be the best of all time, or the Premier League era for these two football clubs, and that Bernardo Silva was one of them. That's mad.
Why do people Bernardo Silva? I just don't understand it.
Do you know what?
I think he's brilliant.
I will if you give me a chance.
But the narrative's not fair on Bernardo Silva,
I think he's boring.
He's a genius.
I think the problem is he's boring.
No, he's a genius.
He's very similar to Gundogan for me, in the sense that he's always there in the big games for City, and he's obviously 6 titles as we've heard. But he's not like.
But those are important, are they not?
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Yeah, that's double what Arsenal have achieved in the Premier League era, single-handedly. But I think these things matter. We're talking about sport. It's the highest level of sport is winning titles. And he's won 6, and I think he was fundamental in the treble-winning season. He's fundamental.
It's the SPORTbible. We're talking about sport. But I will say...
Nice plug.
Bukayo Saka.
You're invoice for that now.
I think we're going to have to go to Tom for the first time.
I am struggling with this one because I think they're both brilliant. I think if you offered me one to play on the right wing...
Say you're England manager and pretend that Bernardo's English.
Say you're West Brom now. Say you're West Brom, okay?
I think
I'm trying to work out how that changes things.
Yeah?
I'll take you, right wing for West Brom. I can't have I just can't have a front line of 3 Arsenal in this all-time Man City.
See, he hates us!
No, I just can't. And I think because it's so close, as an out-and-out winger, I think Saka's better, but as a total footballer, I think Silva's better. And in this team, he could drop in, he could link up. I think Bernardo Silva is minimum. Saka's similar. He's a minimum 7 out of 10 every game, and he gives you everything. I think I will edge it. Just edge it.
It was the West Brom show.
I'm going to edge it, Bernardo.
I appealed to his heart.
Sorry, Jacob.
You're going to lay awake at night and you're going to think to yourself, was Bernardo Silva a better right winger than Bukayo Saka? Has he been a better right winger than Bukayo Saka?
I'm probably going to get cooked for that, but that is a tough shot. Do you not think that's a tough call? I think you've got in my head there a bit, but we've done it now. Right, less of that tippy-tap rubbish at the top. I want 2 stalwarts here. You go first, Booth.
Vincent Kompany is the number 1 from the City perspective. Iconic goals, obviously got us over the line. The goal against Manchester United, the header, the goal against Leicester City. He was an unbelievable centre-back through and through. He was top quality Vincent Kompany. So I have to put Vincent Kompany in. And
alongside him, are you going to go Richard Dunn, I hope?
I love Richard Dunn. No, I have to go with Ruben Diaz. Again, I keep going back to the treble-winning season, but he was unplayable for a good 6 months. Unbelievable. So yeah, for me, it's Diaz and Kompany.
Diaz and Kompany, and I think you might have the upper hand maybe on this.
Yeah, it's Gabriel Saliba.
Oh, wow.
It's Gabriel and Saliba.
Is that you?
Sol Campbell.
Tony Adams?
It's Gabriel and Saliba.
No.
It's Gabriel and Saliba.
No, I mean, I don't mind that because I think those two are unplayable.
It's Gabriel and Saliba.
But what, over Tony
I really
Adams?
thought you might have gone with Tony Adams.
Mate, it's Gabriel and Saliba.
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm only 23, by the way. I never saw it.
Okay, that's.
I'm joking. I'm not. But I think Gabriel and first of all, I think Saliba is going to be the best centre-back in the world.
Yeah.
He is going to be the best centre-back in the world. He's very close to being the best centre-back in the world right now. I think there's one guy who's better than him right now. I don't think Kompany was... I don't think Kompany was ever the best centre-back in the world.
Yeah, but neither is Saliba. Saliba hasn't even achieved even a fraction of what Kompany has. Even a fraction.
But yeah, trophy cabinets, sure. Yeah. I think if you say to Pep Guardiola right now, you can have prime Vincent Kompany or prime William Saliba.
He takes Kompany
all
day long.
He takes
all day.
Saliba.
Well, they're both 25 in this theoretical. They're both 25 in their prime or whatever. Kompany all day long. All day long.
I don't agree with that, to be honest.
What, prime Saliba over Kompany?
Mate, Saliba is...
I don't think Saliba's even in his prime yet. And
he's nowhere near it.
He's outrageous. I love him.
I think he's better than Kompany was.
Saliba's not better than Sol Campbell.
Yeah, he's better.
No, he's not. He's not better than Sol Campbell.
Why
am I defending the Arsenal? And then you've got Tony Adams as well. You know,
I must admit, considering what they won, I'm surprised you didn't. I thought you were going to throw in Tony Adams and Sol Campbell.
I mean, it's my confidence with both those players of what they are going to win. Of what they are. I mean, look.
What is that?
Saliba will win everything. Saliba will
with Arsenal.
If he doesn't win it with us, he'll go and win it somewhere else because he's going to be the best centre-back in the world, comfortably.
But this is the best. This is Arsenal Football Club. You're the biggest club in London. And Sol Campbell's won titles. Tony Adams won the double. He was unplayable, Tony Adams, in the late 90s.
William Saliba is the best centre-back I've ever seen in an Arsenal shirt.
Oh, I can't believe it. Saliba's got the potential to be the best ever for
Would you put Saliba there? Are you happy to put Saliba there?
No way. I can't.
Who goes there for Manchester City?
Vincent Kompany there has to be.
Please
don't say Saliba over Kompany, please.
No.
There's an easy way to solve this.
Would either concede either player? No. You're firm on your two.
I'd concede Tony Adams. I'd concede Sol Campbell. I can't concede Gabriel. Gabriel.
Very specifically, and I think this really matters in modern football, is a left-footed, left-sided centre-back. I don't think anyone can talk to Gabriel at the moment. In world football, can you think of a better left-footed centre-back?
Probably not.
I think Ruben Diaz on the left is better. Ruben Diaz on the left, John Stones is better than Gabriel, 100%. Laporte's a better...
Laporte's not,
Laporte's better than Gabriel. Laporte's way better than Gabriel. He is.
No, I don't agree with that.
I think the easy way you solve this is you put Saliba and Kompany next to each other.
Diaz is better than Saliba.
I was going to go with...
Diaz is not better than Saliba.
I was going to go with...
Is Diaz
Wait, what? You think Diaz is better than Saliba?
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Ruben Diaz has won 40 league titles in a row and he's been crucial.
Trophies again.
Yeah, why
You're
can't
like a magpie. You love shiny things.
Do they not matter in football?
Of course they matter. But
every football fan looks at trophies as moments that they remember. And I remember Ruben Diaz lifting the trophy 4 times, being the most imperative part of a title-winning side 4 times in a row.
I think in terms of this, Vincent Kompany has to go in. The other player I'm going to put in could play either role, and I do agree with Jacob. My eyes don't deceive me. I don't think that Saliba is unbelievable. I don't think he's got a weakness to his game.
Tony Adams.
I think he's a better player than Tony Adams.
Sol Campbell.
Yeah, I think he's better than both of them. So all considered, I am going to give you Kompany. I'll give you him on the right because he can't use his left foot. And then I will put William Saliba, which I didn't expect to be putting in, but I think you raised good points, and I don't want to be a nostalgia merchant, so...
I'm so disappointed in you, man.
Right, this one might be very, very fast. Left back. Buvey, I'll let you go first.
Well, it's Ashley Cole. I think, you know, it's easy. I mean, he might have peaked at Chelsea, a bit like Fabregas. He might have, but ultimately he's still at Arsenal. You know, he won FA Cups. He was an invincible. I think there's an argument. He's the best left back in the history of the sport.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
So, and the issue for City actually, when you do these kind of videos, is a lack of like left.
I was just about to ask
Fabian Delph, Zinchenko, Ake. You know what I mean?
Who would be your pick for City?
It was going to be Nathan Ake, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the treble-winning season, centre-back going
Did
out
you
to
win the
left
treble?
back. Yeah, I know. But it's important because he stopped Kyle Walker getting in that side at points because he played John Stones at right back or Kanji, and the 4 centre-back solution was a stroke of genius midway through the season. Yeah. But Nathan Ake, obviously nowhere near, Ashley Cole.
Yeah. Do the honours, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Old Cashley at left back. And I think this might be fast as well, so I'll let you go first.
Mate, and it's Kyle Walker. It's Kyle Walker. And similarly, I think Kyle Walker has a conversation to be the best right back the Premier League has seen. But it's a weird position right back in the Premier League. Like who is Kyle Walker up against?
Neville.
It's just Neville.
It kind of should be Trent, but he's obviously going to Spain. It's a weird position in the Premier League. And... yeah, it's Kyle Walker. Has he won any trophies, Buvey?
Can't believe it.
Who would your Arsenal selection be?
Do you know what? It's tough for Arsenal. I'd probably go Lee Dixon, just because he was part of that famous back four that did so much for Arsenal. And I do think back then it was a completely different position. Like if I've met Lee Dixon, I've said the word inverted fullback to him, and he tried to punch me. Like it was a different game back then. But I think defensively, as a pure defender, he is up there.
Yeah.
Lee Dixon. But then also, if you look at the wingers that Kyle Walker's come up against and done so well against.
Vinicius and Mbappe.
Yeah. So I do, Kyle Walker.
There you go, mate.
Beautiful, look at that.
And then one position left. I think this could actually be quite a good debate, possibly. I know you will say definitely not because they've won 40 trophies, but let me know you've got your goal, Boo.
Oh, this is hard, man.
Who are you between? Who are you women and Aaron?
Obviously, it's David Seaman, retired at Man City, and obviously Ederson. and Ederson.
You're not having Seaman for City.
That's mad.
You're not having Seaman for City.
Yeah, I can do it.
No, you
then it has to be a blue and a red one.
You are not. No. I am not doing that.
Sorry, we get a fact check. Did he play for Man City?
Yeah, no. Should we do Pete Schmeichel for Villa?
Yeah.
No, let's not be. Come on,
Man City.
Or City. Yeah. You're not having Schmeichel either, actually. Before you start.
I'll say the Man City perspective. Ederson is a better, the legacy in the Premier League, what he's achieved. He's part of really mean defences as well. The Centurions didn't concede many goals. Playing out from the back, he revolutionised that role on some level.
Yeah.
I think he's ahead of Joe Hart from a Man City perspective. I think he's the best Premier League keeper for Man City.
This is a Premier League 11, right? The Premier League's nearly been around for 30 years or so.
It doesn't have to just be tiki-taka.
It doesn't have to be tiki-taka because that's only been relevant for the last third of that time. Do you know what I mean? It's
a big time.
And that's why it is David Seaman for me. That's why for me, David Seaman. He also won a lot with Arsenal. You know, like a lot of FA Cups, won Premier League, won European Cup Winners' Cup. 4 tournaments for England. It's Seaman for me. And if it helps, he can have a slightly blue shirt because he played a season.
He did play for Man City.
No, you're not having that. So are
he played for Man City.
Yeah, are you putting forward?
Yeah, but okay. Did he play his best football at Manchester City?
I'm just trying to think. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I said David Seaman, that's 6 Man City players.
No, it's not. You are not having David Seaman. So who are you putting forward? Who are you putting forward?
Ederson.
Well, I'm gonna. If you'd have put Joe Hart, I think that's a closer debate. But I think David Seaman's definitely the choice. He also made the best save I've ever seen against Pesca Salida.
Yeah, but he bottled it in 200002. I'll never forgive him.
Which
That's not bottling.
He bottled it. Yeah, what do you stand on his line? That's his job as a keeper.
This word bottling. It used to be that you sort of yourself a bit and the moment gets to you. He was off his line. That's not bottling.
It is his job, mate, is to be on the line. And he was 10 yards off his line looking at the crowd or something, saying hello to his missus in the crowd in Japan.
Right, there goes David Seaman. You're not having a blue either.
It's half and half.
It's not. You can have a sleeve. You can have a sock. You can have a sock.
If it makes you feel better, you can have the manager.
Well, that's obvious. That's obvious.
Mark Hughes.
scored nearly 50 Champions League goals already. He's 24 years old. He scored 52 in 53 in his first season, and he won the treble. And
That's
people
why
saying
I'm not here.
he's overrated. What planet are football fans living on?
I think my son, who is 9 years old, would maybe have got 15 to 20 goals in that
Oh
season.
my God, man.